Greg, I have a question for you.
Okay.
Do you prefer to be liked or liked in your neighborhood?
So I'm assuming you're talking about social media likes in some way, shape, or form versus
I'm
being
just
like, if
talking
of
about being liked, Greg.
course
How
I
do
do.
you
I'm a
want to be
natural human.
liked?
I like to be liked. Yeah, of course I like to be liked. I mean, I like to be, I get all excited when I post something online and people like it or comment. And I like it when my neighbors don't throw tomatoes at me. So I like both sides of it.
Okay, super. So I got a story for you, and I want to
Okay.
I want to feed into what we're going to talk about today, which is viral likes and local hyper intent content. And
Mhm.
Greg, I learned this from you a long time ago, and I wish I still had a picture that I could share online because it's really hard to show you my own camera. But a long time ago, you told me I should sit in a Starbucks and just drink my coffee, and that
Yes.
I should have a stack of cards and I should have something that tells people what I do. And I think at the time you had a shirt that said something like, I'm a realtor, what's your superpower? Something dorky. And I thought to myself, you're kidding me. You're crazy. I'm not going to go sit at the Starbucks and drink. There's people there, and it means going outside. And I have a Jura espresso maker. And dude, that's my joy is my coffee. But I did it, Greg. And I'm going to tell you why I did it. And then I want to hear how it has worked for you. Our board, Santa Clara County Association of Realtors, partnered with another group that would allow you to buy a skin. Now,
Yeah.
mind you, this is 7, 8 years ago, a skin for the back of your computer. And you could put whatever you wanted on that skin, including your name. And I did it. I got what Greg said. I said, I'm a realtor, want to talk? And believe it or not, I picked up 2 clients in the first week and I never did it again
That's funny how that
because
works out.
my heart was like, doom, 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 because people are coming over, they're talking to you, they're saying things, all of that. So, what are you doing today, Greg? Because the market's changed. We got social media, we've got all of that stuff. What are you doing to be relevant?
In the social media realm, or to be relevant just in overall
Period.
stance in life.
Period.
Period. Be relevant. Oh my gosh, that's a huge list. Okay, some of the things that I'm doing to be relative, and I've hit this wall several times, and I'm sure everyone else has too. What do you want to say?
Relevant, not relative.
Relevant. Wait, you gotta let me finish my comment first off,
Yeah,
killer.
but you said relative. You're going to be relative.
You
Like,
have to let
Greg,
me
we're like
finish.
brothers, but it's brother from another mother.
Okay,
So, all
fine,
right.
brother from another
So,
mother.
give me 3 examples of what you are doing today to be relevant in social media.
Okay, since I was already doing that, I'll start over again. Michael Fielden. Testy this morning. Okay,
Okay,
here we go.
pause. Wait, pause for the cap cut. Now
Okay,
go.
you feel better about yourself? Here we go. The 3 things that I am doing currently today to actually become more relevant and stay relevant in front of everybody's eyes is taking a piece of my own day that I find interesting and posting about it. And I'm speaking from my own voice. I'm not talking through an AI version and using words that no human uses in any context of life. I'm actually out there. I'm living life. I'm doing something around the ranch, or I'm going into town, or unfortunately, I haven't posted this part because I'm actually kind of a little sad about it, Michael. And this is a real story. One of my cats was eaten 2 days ago by some critter here in the area. Just he went out for smokes and never came back. And I just haven't had the guts to actually go out there and make that story yet about it because I'm still trying to hope that he'll come back. But that is something that a lot of people can empathize with. And that's a story that needs to be told. Why does it need to be told? It has nothing to do with the real estate, Greg. That's exactly why I'm telling the story, because people don't do business with billboards. People do business with people. So if you're going to do a stagnant post, or just listed, just posted, just listed, or just sold, or just pending, or something like that, you better bring character and personality to it. Otherwise, it's going to fall flat on its face. Everyone has their own brand, so be a brand, be a human, be someone with a pulse. Allow those sad moments to empathize with other people who have the same feelings at times. And they can say, oh my God, I lost my dog, I lost my cat, I lost my gerbil, I lost whatever. And you guys can now have a somewhat of a bond on some level. So now you want to see what the next person, what they say next, right? That's the whole part about being social. Be real about your circumstances in life. So that's one of them. Be real. Number two, go out and highlight local businesses. I use the part of Google and Gemini called Hey Maps. I go on there and I just hit Gemini and I said, Hey Maps, and then it will find me like what I'm looking for. Hey, look, I'm going to go get coffee with a friend of mine coming in from out of town. Give me 4 things to do with him while he's in town for the next 48 hours. Blah 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 blah. And then I can go back and I say, hey, look, my friend was in town. We went to your restaurant, to your shop, to your fill in the blank activity. You know what? I loved it. My friend loved it. And I'd love to do a social video about it and post it out to all my followers and see if we can build a business relationship. That's number 2. The third one is interviewing folks that are just like you and me, local neighbors, not anything over the top you have to get an appointment for. I love to interview like the mayors and stuff like that. But like, just talk to your neighbors if they'll go on camera. Talk to the people in the neighborhood of the properties you just listed and went pending or sold. What was your experience? How did my team do? Have you thought about selling? Is the process still scary? Blah, 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 blah. Ask some questions, get some answers, figure out what's going on. The whole point is that once you, show your true self and kind of what's really going on in your life. I know it's scary. Trust me, a lot of people won't do this because it's terrifying, but it's relatable. You're not best friends with your best friend for just posting random, quotes online. At least I hope you're not. You have a deep connection in a relationship with them on an emotional level. The same thing can be said for your clients. You should be out there building that that emotional bridge. Get between the gap and where you are, fill that in with a personality that people want to spend time with. That is what I'm truly seeing out there. Go out there and really find something that lights you on fire and have some fun with it. Talk about your ups, talk about your downs, talk about your good days, your bad days. People will listen. All you have to do is be willing to talk. That's the hardest part, man. Like you in the skin on your laptop. You know what? You made fun of me. I had a podcast at the time called Real Estate Uncensored. I went to Starbucks right next to our old office in Danville. I sat there multiple times with a little A-frame sign that said, ask me about real estate. You won't be surprised, but most people would be surprised how many times people just stopped on by and said hello. Hey, you're in real estate? Hey, what's this whole Real Estate Uncensored thing? Hey, what's going on here? Just got the conversation going. That's all you have to do. Michael, so when you got the success, why did you not ever go back and be relatable to the folks that were at the Starbucks that wanted to talk to you?
Because I didn't feel like it was true and authentic to me. I like doing things that feel natural. I should still be doing that. The other thing that happened to me, Greg, and this one you'll get, is I upgraded my computer and the skin didn't go with it. So I lost that. They stopped doing it. I didn't think to go back and get it. And the market changed. This was also pre-COVID. COVID changed the world for everybody. And now my Starbucks has only one table. And now that it's back to school, I can't even go into the Starbucks. So there is that. But Greg, I do want to talk about something else.
Okay.
That we're missing. And I want to talk about getting and creating hyper intent content. Now, you coined that phrase for me. What did hyper intent content mean to you?
You mean hyper local?
Hyper intent up there.
The hyper intent local is you go into it with you have an intent to talk about it for some way, shape, or form. Like Chamber of Commerce, new businesses, highlighting the new business. There's a place that has the best hamburger that you personally like, or a great deal that you really enjoy. You know what? Go highlight that with the intent of the other business benefiting. If you go without asking for anything in return, people will see that in you innately, and they're gonna be attracted to you. They're want to come over and talk to you because they see that you're doing it with a selfless action involved. Like I saw a post the other day. If I was still in the Bay Area, I don't know, maybe you do, Michael. There's a burger joint in the Bay Area somewhere that's really, I guess, famous for their $1.99 hamburgers, and it's moving to the East Bay. They're opening up, they're franchising out into the East Bay. I've never heard about it. Which one?
Campus Burger, right?
I don't know. I never got the name, but that's it. That's
Okay.
it.
So Campus Burger is this new burger joint, and I want to give them a shout out. It is like a $1.99 burger and fries. You can get the whole shebang for under $10.
Yeah.
Now, what I'm going to tell you, Greg, is it's about the most simple burger you've ever seen. It is literally a bun with a piece of meat, a piece of cheese, a little bit of like mayonnaise, ketchup, something spicy sauce, and some grilled onions. That's
Perfect.
it. No tomato, no lettuce, nothing. And it's about like the same thickness as a sheet of paper for the meat. So they sell like up to an 8x8.
Jeez. So one hamburger worth.
So yeah, so you can get 8 patties on this bun. And I tell you, for a double, I don't like their sauce, so I don't get their sauce and I don't get their onions because they're a little overcooked to me. But if you just want some meat and cheese on a piece of bread, this is the place to go. Their fries are actually screaming. They're served in a cup, like a 16-ounce cup, and you get a lot of them. So highly recommend checking out Campus Burger. They are taking off. And Greg, you know what came down to us from the East Bay, and I'm down in the Silicon Valley, is we now have Nations. Which
seriously, we didn't have Nations?
We didn't have Nations. And if you've never had a Nations, this is the only place I've ever had a burger that comes with about as much mayonnaise as it does meat.
It's a heart attack in a bun. It's literally a heart attack in a bun.
It's literally a heart attack in a bun. And they serve good fries, chili cheese fries, but they're very competitive with Marie Callender's on the pie front too. So if you like pie and you want to save some money over Marie Callender's, check out Nations. Around the holidays, you go into their store and they will have 500 pumpkin pies stacked up, and it's just great. And a slice of pie is it a quarter of a pie or a sixth of a pie? When you get a slice of pie there, it's like too big for one person. Okay,
it's a chunk of a pie for damn sure. So, Michael, you just made my point exactly right on the head. Here's your thing. Here's the intent. Go to this Campus Burger, shoot a video about eating it, right? Then go to Nations, shoot a video about eating it, compare and contrast, and then do a would you rather, post. Would you rather eat this for $1.99 or this for, I think it's like $12 or something. I'm 12, 14, $15 or something like that. Well, I mean, which one would you guys like? Compare everything and then get the conversation and dialogue happening, because people's opinions are going to come out. Go to different coffee shops. Michael's a coffee snob. He wants to drink it at home with his $10,000 homemade coffee machine, apparently. But a lot of us can't afford those things, Michael. A lot of us can't afford those things.
I get it. But for the audience, Greg, I want to make sure that we're hitting the important part of this that Greg has nailed, and it came up in the burger conversation. When you are putting this stuff out there, the point is not about sharing the information. It's not about putting out there, ooh, there's a new burger joint, period. That's not it. It's about starting the conversation and making sure that you are opening the door for other people to chat, because you see, I get excited about hamburger. I love a good hamburger. Okay. I think In-N-Out is pretty good. I think Nations, if you scrape off a little bit of the mayonnaise, is better. I think
that's blasphemy. No.
Here's what I don't like about In-N-Out Burger. I don't like their fries.
Okay, the fries do bother me. I am with you.
I think the number one most important thing in this world, and this is why Starbucks and Pete's and these chain organizations like Subway and Togo's and Jersey Mike's, you can be passionate about anyone that you want. Pick your winner. But they all do one thing remarkably well. And I'm going to use Starbucks as the example here. Greg, I believe that Starbucks is successful not because they have a good cup of coffee. I actually don't like their coffee. However, I do like the fact that every time I go into a Starbucks anywhere, the experience is virtually the same. The cup of coffee tastes the same. And the important win here is consistency. And when we're talking about real estate and you poking fun at me, I think the important part here as you post is to have consistency. and be the same, requesting information from your client base every time. You were going to argue.
No, no,
No.
no. Here's why I push back on that.
Okay.
Consistency is good, but it's boring. You can be in a great relationship of any way, shape, or form, but if it's consistently boring, it's always boring. There's nothing exciting. There's nothing that's keeping you on the edge. I mean, we all have different political leaning points in our life, right? But you watch or listen to certain people because you find them interesting on their takes on things, right? So let's just take all the actual politics out of it. I'm talking about the passion behind it. Michael loves these different types of burgers. There's a passion there. I want to get the no.
Wait.
Let me. So no. My turn. So here's my point: is that I want you guys to go out and I want you to start being the opinionated individual on what you like and what you don't like. You will find your tribe on that in regards to your hamburgers, to your walking paths, to your coffee shops, to your Mexican restaurants. I don't know why I picked Mexican, but I picked Mexican because I love Mexican, food. I mean, it's have an opinion about something, for God's sake, and allow that to come through, because then the people go, oh my gosh, you're so right. The campus burger is so much better than the other burger, or In-N-Out just crushes, everybody else. It's an opinion. Let it be heard. Michael, on that note, your opinion is now can be heard.
Okay. I'm going to go back to the consistency thing, though, Greg.
So
I think it's okay that Starbucks is consistent. And I believe when you order an espresso shop from them, every time it's going to be consistent. Your excitement comes in with the day that you go in and you get a double frappuccino with, caramel, whatever, double caramel macchiato frappuccino.
I don't know,
doesn't matter. Okay. So I do want to tell you, though, there are answers for people that struggle with these things. And one of the tools that is out there now is a tool called Brand Runs. And I think that when we look at stuff like this is how we can take and put your social media on autopilot. And really, there's a differentiator here. And this is the big one. For those of you that have a website and you have put some time into it, what Brand Runs does for you is it goes out, it reads your content from your website, it looks at your photos, it finds out how you have written in the past, it looks at your previous social media, and it creates posts and content for you every week. Now, from there, what it does is it comes up with a unique post, and it will put that information on LinkedIn, Twitter. They are coming out with TikTok, YouTube. They'll obviously do Facebook and Instagram, the Meta tools. And you basically go in once a week and you reject, edit, approve, whatever you want to get your social media posted. These kind of tools are good, not amazing. When we talk about things like what Greg is talking about, getting viral likes and building up these tools so that you can have a unique audience, those are where the hyperlocal content comes in. That is when people really connect with you, right? There are no good automated content tools that portray your voice. And I think the big one, Greg, and for those of you that don't have one, go get a selfie stick. Okay, this selfie stick expands so you can put it out there, and it becomes it becomes a tripod. Okay, so you can put it down at your coffee shop and you can have the conversation. Don't like to worry about those things that Greg is dealing with when he does his, where he gets it perfect and it's always good because he's Greg and it's cool. You can get these 360 cameras and it doesn't matter which way you're pointing, you're going to be in the frame. So there's a lot of tools out there, but you should have one of these. And if you're not integrating social media into your platform and into your business right now, you need to be doing that.
So, Michael,
down.
I agree with you. The 360 camera, I was one of the first ones, I think one of the only ones I've ever seen actually use it for real estate. I would do walkthroughs and Facebook Lives. And I would back in the 360 camera, I was able to attach it to my phone. And then I would do the walkthrough of the property and I would hold it. I wouldn't just show you the room. I'd walk to the middle of the room and tell you guys to scroll around and look at it. And I got an iPhone and I didn't have the adapter, so I stopped doing it. But the 360 cameras are no joke. You can use them for all kinds of fun things without having to always be in the frame, because you're always in the frame with a 360-degree camera, unless you go completely out of frame, which is I don't think you're going to. So don't worry about it. But it's an easy way to do it, guys, and document the conversations. It's fun and simple. But the thing that we're trying to tell you on the takeaway is this: speak with your own voice. Be consistent in regards to what works for you on your schedule for posting, and be understanding. Are you going for a viral like, or are you going for hyper local content? There's going to be vice. You're going to do one day, one another day, or you might favor one versus the other. It's fine. Just be seen. Like there was an ad that I kept on hearing, but I never heard it. You know what I mean? It would just kind of bother me in the background until I tuned into it, because I had a want, need, or desire for that product. All of a sudden, my antennas went up and I saw that ad everywhere and I couldn't get away from it. And it was already there standing in front of me. I wasn't in the need for it yet. So when you guys are sitting there and you're posting, you're like, oh my God, I didn't get like 10,000 likes. It's okay. Here's the reason why. There's a lot of voyeurs out there that will sit and stare and watch your content from afar without ever hitting a like or making a comment. That's fine. One of these days, people are going to say, oh my God, Michael Fielden, Greg McDaniel, Susie Q, Bob Smith, John Doe. You're the right person I need to talk to today. Why is that? I don't know, because I see you everywhere all the time, and I'm relating to you because I like the college burger or campus burger versus the other burger. I'm going to call you. So real world example, Michael, real world. I was at a restaurant bar a number of years ago with my lender, and it's a lunchtime place, right? But some guys are there drinking. We were there, eating and getting back to work. But the bartendress was yelling at her staff. They just opened, and she's like, "Gosh, dang it!" She's used other words. They're like, "You guys are going to ruin my effing new bar because there's no coasters." And my antennas immediately picked up. I saw a problem. I can find a solution. So I figured out how much custom coasters were. Total for a coaster was 4 cents. And that was double-sided, full color. So I turned to my lender and I said, we're going to buy them coasters and you're going to go on one side of it. So it made it 2 cents for me. We handed out over 50,000 coasters to that restaurant. We got multiple deals from it, and it was because of repetition. My favorite story of why we're repetitive is that my team manager, Eileen, got a call one day from a guy, and the conversation goes exactly like this. He goes, "Hi, is this the McDaniel Callahan team?" "Yes, it is. How can I help you?" "This is Eileen." "Yeah, I want you to come over and list my house." "Okay, not a problem, sir. When would you like to meet, and how'd you hear about us?" Come on over this Tuesday, blah, blah, blah." "And how'd you hear about us, sir?" "I've been putting my beer on your face for the last 6 months." That is repetition, guys. We were not the right person for him until we became the right person. So every single time someone put a beer down or spilled a glass of water or a kid scribbled on my face, you know what? It was getting impressed upon them that I was still there, still doing business. So when you guys are out there looking at ideas that are a little bit crazy, seriously, hit me up. I'll give you my cell phone, 925-915-1978. Text me or call me, and we will come up with some harebrained, fun, out-of-the-box ideas. I could go on for the rest of the show about it, but Michael will shoot me if I do that. But be consistent, be relevant, be out of the box, be something that people are going to talk about, and watch what happens to your brand reputation grow. So that should be pretty easy set up there. Michael, what do you got on the takeaway for this?
I think this was a great show. I think we want to talk about this more, but we're up against that 25 minutes. Greg, I want to thank you for joining in today and talking to us about viral versus hyper local / hyper intent content.
All right, guys. We love
Where'd
you.
you go?
Oh, Michael hates me.
Where'd you go, Greg?
I'm right here. Stop kicking me off the screen. Oh, thank God I'm back. I'm back in the Cool Kid Club. Okay, guys, we love you to pieces. Have a blessed and powerful day. We'll see you next week. Until then, make it awesome. Bye.
All right.